What's happening, everybody? It's Gentleman Driver here, coming at you again with a cigar review. Today I got for you the Olmec in 54 by 7 Maduro. This is a stick. I've had the Robusto version of this, and I totally forgot about it when I saw this, but this particular size, you guys know this is one of my favorite sizes, so I went ahead and picked it up. And interestingly enough, I realized, I don't know why it didn't occur to me, the price that I'm paying in Seattle for these premium cigars is ridiculous. And so even though I want to support the local brick and mortars around the area, I'm definitely going to start picking up my sticks online just so I can probably get into a few more boxes and actually start getting a nice collection going again. Beautiful looking cigar, box pressed, more of like a more sandpapery kind of wrapper, not oily at all. Nice smell. Let me look at the foot on that. I'm a little bit earlier than what I normally do, coming at you on a Saturday. Did all the kids' games, and I'm gonna pair this with some some Knob Creek Old Fashioned that I got already. Took a little sip earlier in the week because of I actually got a Drew Estate that's slipping my mind at the moment while I poured that. Gosh, I can't remember. I'm sure I'll come up with it. But it's basically the one that everybody says, oh, you know, if Liga Privadas are kind of pricey, you should, number 9, you should try this. And I tried it, and for 14 bucks, it wasn't worth it. But then I was seeing another reviewer say he picked it up for 5 bucks, and that started a little bit of my feelings about this. So today with this, I know I've been leaving the cap on and then lighting, but I'm gonna go back and get some contrast to it and see if it was making a difference. See what I like about that. Nice clean draw. And yeah, no, today was an interesting day. My sons had a bit of soccer. Oh no, I just filled this. So I'll let you guys go through the pain of this together with me. Get a little toast on that. There it is. She's alive. I'm digging this a lot more than the Robusto. Today was an interesting day. It was pretty rainy this morning. Both my boys had some soccer going on. First game was a doozy. Had to play one of the better teams in the state. And they definitely let us know it. Definitely let us know it. And it's funny because a lot of people wonder, as a dad, father, they say, oh, you take it kind of personal, and not as much as I used to. But it's like, oh, why are you so into it? And da da da. And I kind of think it's dumb that people aren't into their kids, athletics. I mean, obviously, you shouldn't be telling them, shouting you suck and yelling flim flar and filth to kids and stuff like that. But you should be passionate. You should want to push your kid. You should want to, just like the academics, if you're out there, you should be trying to do your best. And if you're not doing your best, we need to address what that's about. And not too many parents agree with me on that. I find that interesting. I like this. This has gotten nice. You guys know I like that billowy smoke. A little bit of pepper on this. I realize that pepper is that kind of, that tingle on the back of the tongue, back of the palate. Some people like it. I'm not a fan of, personally, pepper and spice. I didn't get that in the Robusto. Not a pepper bomb, but a bit peppery. But a nice smoke nevertheless. And yeah, no, I'm just not a fan of that train of thought, because, and I did have to learn, I don't need to hassle my kid in the car after the game. Neither one of my boys, it's just, hey, you had a good game, good job, man. What you want to eat, what do you want to do, and just move on, But I can note things to work on and either get them training to help them get better, or me and them work on whatever they were deficient in. But yeah, just beating them up after the game, that doesn't help anybody. It lowers their confidence. Most kids, they can't handle that, especially in this generation of kids. I think Gen Alpha or something like that. It should be Gen Beta, Gen some Zeta or whatever, because they ain't the same. And but anyway, like I was saying, people get so excited about, their football teams. I'm just starting to watch the Falcons again, and I'm sitting here getting upset with Kirk Cousins and Kyle Pitts for being too small of a wide receiver. He's a wide receiver pretending to be a tight end. And and you got my blood boiling. You get all upset. And I realize, so many parents are getting upset about the football game. They're more into the football games. They don't even have a stake in. They might have went to that school. You don't really have a stake in it. You weren't on the team. You never played. You're not part of that particular alma mater of players. Why do you care that much? But it's your kid. It makes sense to care. It makes sense to be vested. You literally are investing, and now you should be vested. But some of the just lack of concern is just, interesting to me. It seems baffling for myself. And yeah, so I just, today after the game, my son, he got into the whole, my older boys, oh, this and that and this, and I said, no, man. Well, what are we gonna eat? We went and got some, stopped by the carniceria, got some birria, that what they had in the hot bar, some carnitas, some chips, some tortillas, nice rack of beers for the games tomorrow, and today. And hey, games are over. We're not gonna relish in the loss, because they had a pretty monstrous loss. The boys, the other team wasn't even taking them serious. You could tell in the body language, And it's heartbreaking to see someone care and have their labors go be thwarted by someone else. That's life, though. I mean, you should ask Lando Norris about that. McLaren driver, he knows all about that today. That was a rough one. I'm digging this. I am digging this. It's very nice. Construction is solid. Like I said, I'm not big on, this tasted like banana pudding. A leather couch from 1996. Tastes nice. It's very relaxing. And I was up this morning watching practice with qualifying for F1 and doing my workout. Broke a rib a few months ago, and I've been healing up from that. And finally started lifting weights again, doing some just calisthenics and real light weights. Just did that while I was watching qualifying, and qualifying was exciting. It was a lot of thought went into it. I'm excited for Azerbaijan tomorrow morning, 4:00. Got to get up and check that out. I think it's Leclerc's to win. I really do. I don't see. I think Oscar Piastri is going to mess it up somehow. I think he's a really fast racer. I think that McLaren kind of sees the writing on the wall to where Norris kind of makes mistakes and has issues and is what we would say a bit inconsistent. And Piastri's just an Iceman. He's just, I'm here. I will do Terminator type still. That's what he reminds me of. He has a very Terminator type vibe. Yeah, he's a racer. He is a racer. And Carlos Sainz last year, Ferrari, making room for Lewis Hamilton, who he just couldn't. I mean, he got in there, but he just. When those guys are moving teams, they definitely are not giving them the same car and information that as if they were going to be there for another year or 2 years, or not like your following year. You're not getting the same information. You're not getting the same attention. You're not getting the same. And they put that email out there. There was an email out about Lewis Hamilton, being left out of a lot of stuff, and that is just not right. For everything he did, for how Niki Lauda brought him over, they built this dynasty, and on his way out, you should treat him like the man that he is for Mercedes. It's very interesting. I know that track was slick at Monza. They resurfaced it, but Oliver Bearman and the Argentinian for Williams, they made Kimi look like a mistake. Not gonna lie. I'm sure Kimi's fast. I'm sure Kimi's this, but there was another driver in F2 who was the champion of F2 last year's, wondering why he doesn't have a drive in F1. But Lance Stroll and Kimi and all these guys get an opportunity. Oliver Bearman showed why he has an opportunity. Oliver Bearman definitely had that slight lockup, and he would have been in Q3, which is really impressive for a pure rookie, a young pure rookie. That's about as bad as that boy scoring the touchdowns for Kansas City on week 1 type of deal. So, we'll see. Probably smoking this a little quick. Sitting here chit-chatting. Not the most even situation. But I puff a little quick. Still not, just a bit warm. And that's me. I know a lot of people want to toast it, but I like to rotate it to different angles and pull on it. See if it evens out down by that first third. If it doesn't even out by the first third, then I might toast it, clean it up a little bit. But then I feel like you put a bunch of excess heat in it already from the smoking fast, and it's no good for the taste. I think once you get it to cool and do its thing, and where you just, well, you should just let it be. Very nice stick, very velvety feel. Really nice. Everybody knows what old fashioned tastes like. It's by Knob Creek. Pre-mixed drinks. And they're good. There's real whiskey in there. Good bitters. You know, it's not like they're shorting you on anything when they're making those. And I think the rain's trying to creep up on me again. So I'm going to get down into this first half. I'm going to readjust my setup because the rain is starting to come in. And I'll catch you guys around this first half and let you know if it opens up, if I get a boost of flavors or anything like that. But yeah. So, getting into that first half, definitely opened up a bit. I would definitely call this a medium body cigar. There's a different flavor profile that's starting to pick up in here, maybe like a sweeter note that I'm enjoying. I think just for my location and when I go to these brick and mortars, I think I'm just going to start getting cigars that just kind of reach, that are just at a better price point, that 15 and below. Just because a lot of these ones that are, they get really high up in price, I believe, for tax purposes, and it can't, I think just financially sometimes it can take the enjoyment out of it, knowing that how much you pay for a stick and burning it up. Padrones, I definitely get that feeling. The Olmec, the foundation cigars, definitely not like the Tabernacle. You don't get that feeling from a Tabernacle. Comparatively, this cigar, I'd much rather. I haven't reviewed the Tabernacle on camera, but I've had one. It's a very good cigar. Enjoyed it a lot. So I'll get you guys a review of that so I can enjoy it again. As per this, the Olmec, I think it's, I like it because of the Mexican wrapper, San Andres wrap. I think that's a cool little, I know there's some history to the Olmec. Foundation Cigars likes to do that. But I mean, other than that one, getting that at a brick and mortar, at $17, it doesn't bother me. In the double Corona, it's just such a good cigar. This, like I said, if the price point was a little bit lower, I could enjoy this a lot more. Not that I'm not enjoying it, I'm enjoying it a lot. This is a good, very good cigar. But construction is good. Holds an ash really well. It doesn't get too hot in here, even if I'm pulling. You see, I'm not dropping it, even though I'm right here by the heat. It's not torturous. There that goes. Yeah, I enjoy it. It's a good stogie. Check the Georgia versus Kentucky game later. See what the scores of that is. Really not into watching them just run through Kentucky. I'm pretty sure the scores will speak for itself. I don't see an upset in that one. Falcons play the Eagles on Monday. I ain't holding my breath on that one either. And like I said, I'm just way more into my kids' soccer and their futures in that sport for the most part, and Formula One and Muay Thai. That's how I broke my rib, was for trying to get into an exhibition. And like they say, when you get closer to an exhibition, once you get closer to your fight date, it makes more sense to just get with a good pad holder and reduce your sparring, because by that point, all you're doing is risking an injury at that point. Which, happens to the best of them. So I'm still a month, I'd say about another month out until I start truly training again. But what I'm going to do is keep up with my calisthenics and lightweight, just getting my body strong again, stretching a lot more. But you see, I've been working on my breathing meditation. And man, that was a wild fight, And to think, like, I took a little injury before I got into, competition, and I'm not sure how many of you guys watch Muay Thai who are, having one of these, but Jonathan Haggerty versus Superleg, that was supposed to be this big fight. I made some food, I got myself all set up, poured myself a drink, was super ready for that, and it was over like that. I mean, Superleg dropped him with that elbow. Haggerty, he gets hit, he gets hurt. And I was rooting for him because I love his online presence. I love that you get to see his growth and where he is over the time. And I was rooting for him, And I love the Thais, love this Muay Thai. You got to have respect for the Thais and their sport and how tough and rugged they are. Just, brick. just made of brick. They're just hardened fighters, and they showed it. The technique is just there, and just caught him with that clean elbow when he was coming in so wild. Dropped him right there. I was like, oh man, get up, and then I realized, sometimes a lot of people crash on fighters. They talk trash. Oh, get up. Oh, he's this, he's that. You don't know until you've been in that ring. You don't know until somebody has said, it's either me or you, and it's gonna be me. And they put you down, and you're like, okay. And you want, and you know what's interesting as fighters, you want to use that whole. You got 10 seconds, and then you're out. And so you want to use maybe up to that 8 seconds, but at 8 seconds you want to be standing and coherent. And it's kind of really hard to do that after you just took an elbow to the head. And that's what happened to Haggerty. I think he thought he had some time to get up, and he just was laying there too long. And it's like that, just like, and it happens to, it's sport, that's why I love sport. Sport, anything can happen any moment. Today, Lando Norris, F1, he's in qualifying, he's fighting for points for the championship, and he doesn't get out of Q1 because of, waiting to that last second to get that perfect run in, and then, you incidentally see a yellow or whatever that whole hoopla was. I never caught up to the end of that, but it was yellow, and you got to slow down. You lose your lap, and I feel for Lando, because Lando is, I'm a sim racer as well, and I'm gonna start posting a lot more of my racing and practices on here as well, because that's what Gentleman Driver is about. Gentleman E-Driver it's the name of the channel, and basically it's to show that gentleman lifestyle, and racing, and that's part of it. That's a big part of it, and that's where the E comes from, because I don't have a Porsche GT2 RS that I take out to the track on the weekends. I have a simulator where I go and I get to pick some of my favorite cars and get to go as fast and do all these things in the VR headset and do that. I'm an anime head, so Sword Art Online type vibe, and you just go into that world. It's really cool to where we are in this world of technology, where you can just go into that world and just zone out. And so I get to enjoy premium cigar, I get to have a nice drink, rest my body, do my workout, keep my body strong, because I got a nice, sadly, Fanatec. They went through their deals, but I have a DD2 system, and it gives great feel. And that's what it's about for me, Gentleman E-Driver. I'm a gentleman driver through the internet, and that's how I do it. And it's good. It's where I am at this point in my life, and I get to have nice cigars. I'll make a nice meal. We'll just do, be classy, be a classy gentleman in whatever area that we are in the space that you're in at the moment. So I'm gonna finish this out. It's great talking to everybody. I hope you're out there having a great cigar. Give this a try in your local area, as long as it's got a good price point. To me, this stick is worth 15 bucks. In this size, it's a $15 cigar. For me, in my area, it's a $22 cigar. And so, like I said, the only thing that I'll be willing to put any type of coin like this in the future, I'll be doing a lot more budget cigars for my area. And I wouldn't say budget, just cigars that are not in that over $20 range, and still get nice cigars like the there's H. Upmans, there's La Cubanas, there's Padrones out there, there's Ashtons out there. There's so many different brands that make really good cigars that aren't this premium line, or this not premium, but they're not these signature cigars that just go through the roof. One that comes to mind that I do enjoy, that is a treat, is the Davidoff Escurio. That one is pricey for us, but I always find a way to get one of those in here or there because it's such a good cigar. So, hope you guys enjoy the rest of the weekend. This Gentleman Driver signing out. You guys have a great one.